What's up, team? So we're just gonna do some Dark Knight gaming tonight. Probably push it to 205, and then from there we will see how the night goes. But it's about time we do start putting in some time on our main. Something probably just some meso grinding. We're at our last level that we can grind at 1.4 before we'll have to make a new meso grinder, which will probably be our shadower, but that'll be quite an investment, and we'll have to get it. Probably have to do our shadower on hard lucid upcoming just to get it covered and ready for meso grinding. It's already got a arcane weapon, which is good, but we'll need to get more than that if we're going to make it an effective meso grinder in Limina, and start working on its dailies probably too, just to get the arcane force that we need. That's a ways down the road. That'll be after we hit 275. But it's something to think about, because it is upcoming. Is music too loud? I think music's a little bit loud. Let's turn it down just a bit. And I can see the game volume. Also pretty good. And my voice is good, it seems. Alright. Let's see. Game should be up on the screen. There we go. Hooray, hurrah. Here we are. I think I already accepted our daily quest, so let's see what's on the menu. I'm lagging out hard here, but that's just vanishing journey, I hope. Yeah, sad, stone, soulful, and then extinction repose inhibitors. So we'll just start with the sad. Just hop right into the dailies. Just like that. Give it a second while it warms up. There we go. We'll get out Kino. Oh, we're in somebody's way. I might actually have to restart the game because it's very laggy. If that doesn't improve, then we'll restart the game. But that'll be... Oh, and we also should... One will collect all this. Put on our link skills. Oh, there we go. They're already applied. That would explain also why I just did Hard Damien off camera. That would also explain why Hard Damien was a little harder than usual. Alright, so that's like a bossing skill. Same with that. Is that just a buff, or is that something that's just a buff? Okay, power isn't bad so far. We'll see how she goes. And we are getting the lumber for our house expansion quest, which might ruin our current decor, but if it does, we might just do a full house refresh. Our house has looked the same for quite a while. We can change it up. Look at that. Not bad at all. So far, not hating it. Its power's pretty good. I'm not a big fan of these watch a whole bunch of small cooldown classes. But it's okay so far. That's my only complaint so far. Oh, and I don't need Evil Eye. I think I just need the one... Yeah, just the one set of skills bound. So I can take off that and replace it with something. I think. I don't know if I have anything to replace it with. So we'll see in our skill roster what our skills look like. And we're at 200. So let us go to fields. We'll go to the blazing, and then we can just go from there down to stone. Which I think we need stone, right? Yes, we do. Oh, okay, that gets linked with. Now I see what it was. That's a Dark Knight main friend said you can link those two, and if you link them correctly, it gives you a second attack. Let's see if I did that correctly. So if I go like that, then like that, it lasts longer. Okay. Interesting. Here, let's put that. It's 90 seconds. Let's put that there. And then we'll put that there. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Again, it's a lot of just manage your cooldown skills, but I should also use that because I know that's another good one. Does it last longer? I don't know. I can't tell. There was something about linking two skills together, but you know me, I don't maximize or min-max or any of that crazy nonsense, so if I'm playing it wrong, I actually don't care. But so far not bad. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I needed to save. Insert was going to be decent holy symbol. That's the skill name I'm looking for. Do I have to do soulful? Yes, I was about to say nope, but I do. And I might as well kill a bunch of these after. We'll get our 400 clears, and then we'll do 400. We'll do that after we hit. What we'll do is we'll finish our daily, then we'll hit 80 Arcane Force by doing the PQ. And then we'll be ready to go. Is that a hold skill? Who knows? No way to find out. I'd have to read, and that is not something I'm capable of doing. Never learned how. Just like Jared. Also an MP hog, but we have a familiar for that. I'm sure that'll kill... Oh, it didn't kill the Infernal Wolf. Oh, that's not the Infernal Wolf. That's the Dark Wolf. Totally different. Yeah, I'll have fun doing this. It's not going to be as fun as Marksman, I don't think. I don't think I would consider side maining this class at all, at least based on the 10 minutes I've played it so far. But I did realize something last night as we were quitting, and I don't know if I said it on stream or not, and that is we might as well start putting in time on the main. Solely for, I mean, partially for the Mesa, of course, but also just... Oh, I was the... just because in... Starting tomorrow, there's the new event, which is going to give a bunch of level up potions that we'll use to push a Kinesis. But also on the Fairy Bros daily gift in just 13 days, there's another one, so we can push another class. So really, so that's 2 characters we don't need to raise to 210, which means we only really need this one and one other. So we're very close. We're incredibly close to our 275 push already. Much closer than I thought. I'm like, oh, you know, it'll be in a month or two. No, that's like getting to days away. So we might as well start putting time in on the main. And that's done. So we'll pop that. And we'll have to do some... Oh, there's that. That, do some work. Alright. And then Cave of Repos. We'll go below the cave. Because where else would you go if you're doing Cave of Repos? And we'll hunt here. We'll because we got to be here for a little bit anyway. We'll get the full 400 mobs here just to get it added to the roster. But we will almost certainly do our 205 push. Will we do it here? We might. We'll see how we're feeling about this map. I should also stay on top of my buffs. Again, this is all stuff I'd put on auto buff normally, but I don't have a buff with auto buff, and I don't feel like spending the real world dollars to get one. Because who wants to spend real world dollars? Yeah. So far, not a bad class. Not a great class, but I could see why, especially with skills like that and the short cooldown times on its skills. I could see why somebody would main this class. I can see it. Just may not be for me. Yeah, we'll take it to 205 and see how we feel. We'll get a lot of that from Monster Park, from our dailies, and then we'll probably just pop 1 or 2 EXP coupons. And then we'll hop on the main. I might not main grind on stream, pardon me. I might do that just off stream. But at least I wanted to put some stream time in today. So maybe a shorter stream tonight. May not be if I decide to change my mind. But if I'm popping a wealth acquisition potion, I'm going to be locked in for 2 hours. Either 2 hours streaming or 2 hours of grinding. Or of something else. And typically when I'm grinding, I prefer to be watching like Netflix or something. And eventually I'm going to Meso grind on stream at some point. So it's not like you'd be missing anything if you don't see today's Meso grinding. Like that's not a, oh, I've missed the cool thing. Like I streamed Hard Lotus. The other night, the Hard Lotus clear, Hard Damien clear. Like I streamed all my Boston clears now, except for Gloom, because I haven't had enough practice on Gloom. I can clear it pretty easily, but I haven't. That's a noisy skill. I like it. Chop, 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 chop. Even with the transparency I have the skills at, that's a pretty screen taking over skill. That's fine though. Yeah, a lot of small cooldowns it feels like the gimmick of this class, almost. But it's got a lot of map coverage, at least. Before, I know when Evil Eye had to be summoned actively, it was more of a pain. And the fact that I think Evil Eye just does its attacks on its own. Like, aside from, obviously, the bigger ones, like whatever the name I have on page up and home are. But I think it just does a natural Evil Eye shock. Like just a passive, it'll attack around. I think it seems to, even if it doesn't, it seems to. Which is pretty ideal. Yeah, we'll playing on this map, I think this will be our 205 map as well. Depending as well on if we can do the party quest and do it well. I might ask a friend to help with that if I'm doing the party quest and it's not going well. I think this will be also pretty good in the subway, but I might try and find a different subway map. than the usual one would use, not the Seekers. But I'm also now, since I only have one more character that I have to really push to 210, I'm seriously at a sort of crossroads of like, okay, but who's going to be that that last 210 push character? Because I mean, getting the other ones that I need to 202 is going to be a breeze. Because getting to 202 is just too easy. Go away, fellow. Bang. Cut through. Slice. Yeah, I definitely need advanced holy symbol. Or a decent holy symbol, rather. Not advanced. I'm not a bishop yet. And if anyone, I took out the no backseating rule for this stream because if somebody does have feedback on this class, because it still seems like I'm missing something. I looked through the skills and I didn't see anything. So I don't think I am. And there's a reason it's not a popular class, so maybe I'm just used to better classes. Not to say this is a bad class, but there are better. I should also try and keep Eye Unleashed to first on this side of the map. Not that I'm having a lot of trouble hitting the rest of the map, but it's just a great skill to drop there. Whole team is here, and here we go. 400 just around the corner. For hundo. Alright. Do I have a teleport rock? I don't think I do. It's fine. Ooh, and I have 4 EXP boxes that I'm going to shove off onto the main. But they can go in storage for now. Wait, did I only get 2? Alright. Also, I should see. Decent holy symbol. Do I have anything I can disassemble for it? A bunch I can disassemble. So I have 4. I need at least 10 nodes. And then I need 6 more, right? Yeah, 6 more. So I will need to do the Erda Spectrum. But we'll get 10 nodes here. And we're about to get a whole bunch more nodes, so I'm less picky about using those. Because as soon as you see me grinding on my main, be it tonight or another night, you'll see that node stones are not hard to come by. That's why I have hundreds of them. But I want to keep at least 500 for hyper burning, depending on what I'm going to main. Or what I'm going to burn. Disassemble. We're just going to disassemble everything. Unless we have a perfect node. So it's... I'll keep an eye. So Evil Eye definitely has... Oh, we can get rid of most of these. Spear Sweep, La Mancha Spear can go. Leap Attack. Evil Eye one probably should stay. Oh, that's a pretty good node. Gungar. Is that 140? It's 150. We'll just leave all those ones. And craft. So we have that, have that. That's the only one we have, which is, or we don't have, which is the common skill. Holy Symbol. Craft. And then we'll put it into our V matrix. Just that easy. And we'll put that there, and that can go there. And let's start with our notes too, before I forget. Dark Thirst can go on a note. Cooldown 10 seconds, don't need. Cooldown 10 seconds, don't need. Let's put these two on as well, just because, and may as well put Holy Symbol on as well. There, now we remember things. That easy. And let's finish our home quest, because we'll need to do another one. Who do I turn it into? Oh, I think I have to turn it into the blueprints guy. We'll make the mushroom house. We'll make a nice mushroom house. If we... No. Okay, who do I turn it into? Do I turn it in here? Oh, I do. Can I construct it now? Nope. I'm sure she'll give me more. So if once we finish all the quests, oh yeah, I'm getting lagged out hard. Let's do Monster Park first. How much maces do we have? We have 12 mil. Yeah. Let's get some. Oh, we don't even need mesos for the Monster Park because we have enough for the reward point ones. Maple rewards. I forgot these. 3, 4. I know I should usually save those for Sundays, but meh, as they say. Alright, so we will take advantage of the EXP from Monster Park to get us to 201. Then we will... Whoops, that was not Monster Park. Did I miss a quest? Nope. Alright. Monster Park. Perfect. We should have enough Arcane Force for this, right? Yeah, we're great. Oh yeah, 70 to 30. I think it goes up at some point. I don't know when, but I'm pretty sure it was 60 before. But we'll do it a few times. Let's see how much it gives us first, and then we'll decide if it's better to try and do the party quests. But I do like the splash, the amount of splashy skills that this class has. Like, especially Eye Unleashed. That's a map clearer if I ever seen one. Again, eats EXP, you're gonna, or EXP, eats MP, you're gonna need a MP familiar. I have a legacy boogie familiar, fortunately, but if you don't have one of those, you will definitely want to focus on getting some familiars, some MP type familiars. Boom. Alright, how much does this give us? Almost a full 10%. 9%. We'll just keep on this. Alright, yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm vibing with the class a bit. This was, Dark Knight was my first, like, that was my class way back when in the early days of Maplestory. This was the class that I was in love with. And, fun fact, I still have my original Spearman. Good old Clunkhead 22 on Barra. When they did the I haven't touched him since those early days, but I believe he's still here, still kicking around. Him and Clunkhead 23, which was my assassin. Back on Barra. They haven't been touched, aside from I went on them just to not get kicked for, or have them deleted due to lack of use, because they were important to me. As well as on Scania, I went on all my characters that were my fresh series, I call them, because their names were like Fresh to Death, Fondly Fresh, Simply Fresh. I think that's the name of like a food service, but you get the picture. They were all a bunch of freshies. Was my gimmick. Just like my gimmick on Reboot is the blank McBlank, my gimmick used to be the Frenchies, or the Freshies. This will bring us to 99%, probably. just that quick and easy. But I will say, I think I mentioned it on stream, taking my cat to the vet. But we took her to the vet yesterday. She is now in a cone, which doesn't necessarily bother her. I mean, she's a little, like, stupid walking into doors and stuff like that because she can't adjust. She just can't or doesn't, not smart enough to figure out that she has the cone on and how to adjust her walking accordingly. But she's fine. They think it's just an allergic reaction, and even after just one day, her ear's looking a lot better, which is where the issue was. And I thought it was further to an infection she was fighting. But the doctor said, nope, the infection's gone. It's just allergies and excessive scratching. And he seems to have been right. We have a little spot of concern on her nose still, which has sort of a black spot on it. But it's not that big a concern, and it also doesn't seem to be bothering her. And if we'll wait for the coning to be done once she's out of the cone. We'll see if that just resolves itself, kind of thing. Because so far the cone has basically given her ear a respite and absolutely is helping. Her ear is looking healthy and much better than it was just 2 days ago. So, told you, 99%. Oh well. Yeah, this isn't, not a bad class, but I probably won't main it. I definitely, unless there's something I'm missing, I have the feel for how this class plays. And I'm just not a fan of this, short... It's, again, same with, it was the same with... not exactly the same with Corsair, where you had a whole bunch of short cooldowns, but whereas Corsair, you had a whole bunch of short summons that you had to watch. Staying on top of all these cooldown skills is a little annoying to me. It does give you definitely more to actively do with your hands and your mind. So you can't really... It doesn't seem like a class you could just sort of laze through. But, again, that's what some people want in a class. Some people don't want just a character you can play lazy. Now, I like Mihail because it's sort of a best of both worlds for that. Because you can lazy hunt, just sit in Royal Guard, and if I end up showing you my meso grinding, you will see what I mean by lazy. For sure. Again, if not tonight, then another night when I'm meso grinding in the next... For my entire, basically, next level. Minus any magnificent potions we get along the way. Which will just go right into the EXP we get. But that'll be upcoming in the coming weeks. That'll be... Boom. Get wrecked before you could even touch me. Alright, also, because I was missing one more point in attack. There we go. And then normal monster damage. Got the classics. That was clear 4. Yes, it was. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of this sort of playstyle. And I'm sure its bossing is a little different. Like I know Gunger's Descent is your bossing skill for sure. So I'm sure its bossing is a lot different than what you'll see if you watch just my stream. Because I didn't put any points into it. I don't plan on putting points into it because I'm just here to level the class, not to play it. In a sense, test it and then move on. Just like we have been for all the other explorers that we haven't touched since Destiny. But yeah, of all the explorers, Marksman definitely was I was impressed by it. The rest of them, so far, nothing too like, oh, that's crazy, I love that. But they've all been fun, and I think got the necessary damage boost that they were lacking. So that's a nice thing. The fact that they were so underpowered and now finally have a power boost and a little more. Again, say what you will about the new animations, like whether you like them, hate them, you do you. But they got an update, and that was the important part, right? They hadn't gotten an update in years and years since the red update. So they were due for at least a visual remaster. But then just the fact that they got a pretty reasonable balancing, like again, just like most classes now, you can put all their buffs on a macro that I keep forgetting to push. But at least you can put it on a macro, so you don't have to put up like 2 buttons worth of your keyboard for just buffing up for your standard get through life buffs, like hyper body and whatever those other ones that are there are for. Like not having to have Evil Eye on a macro and summon it constantly is a fantastic improvement to this class. I remember that from when I played it to 200 before the revamp. And is one of the reasons that this character was one of the last characters I got to 200. And of course its Legion is kind of useless. I think it's just HP. So it's Legion not worth a lot. Because I think I did it in sort of not a perfect order, but I know I did all the strength classes first when I was doing my Legions, because they was all going to go into my main, which at the time was Aaron, but still worked out with Mihail. Darkness. So emo. But I do love the spear class. Like, Aaron's a better pull class, like pull arm class. But I'm glad that they still have him as a spear class, because I think spears are the coolest looking weapons, personally. here we go. And is this our last clear? Let's check our inventory. How many boxes we have? Yes, our last clear for today. That was a fail. Failure to hit. That's fine. Nobody's asking me to hit every time. That's just the perfection I demand of myself. Oops, I meant to hit that. Super stab. There, 28%. I don't normally do 7 Monster Park runs just because it's a lot to have to do. But I also wanted coins so I could get some gold potions. We'll get 15. I'll put the rest in storage after I don't use all of them. But at least I have them. Alright, first things first though, before I do the, no, let's do the party quest first. And then I'm gonna do hunt some burning. Oh, I must be in a party. Then I'm gonna do the blazing air does, to get the daily field unlocked, or the, field unlocked, whatever you want to call it. The, I can get to it quick, fast travel. Unlocked. I don't care so much about doing it for raging. I usually do it for raging, but that one doesn't matter so much because it's, you know, it's one map in. But getting around to the blazing will get you either to soulful or whatever you need for your dailies. I put that so high. I need to be aware too, because that's not a skill that, or it hits high and wide, but I don't want to accidentally put it too high and miss out. Also, absolutely gonna put, instead of those, I'm gonna put those, because I have basically unlimited HP. It's my EXP that I worry about, or EXP, MP, and my EXP. I do worry about my EXP, but MP is where the failure of this class lies. Is it's an MP guzzler, and I'm sure that changes as you get higher level, but I'm not getting to that point of high levels, I think, where it's gonna not matter anymore. And I should be able to complete this party quest several times required. Purple. Oh no, stop attacking. Oh, there. There. This should be enough, right? Yeah, blow this up. I'm fine with that. Perfect. Ultimate calculator. And we got the good ending. push him back in. I will say a downside that needs to be addressed on this class is the fact that you can't jump and use your up slash. Like, I can't jump and do that. But, I mean, aside from that, its mobility isn't so lacking anymore. Just the fact that it has an up jump makes it less lacking. Stop attacking me, you squishy fellows. Come on, either one of yous. Drop that shield. Thank you. Done and done. It's 2. Yeah, I'm gonna chillax a little bit. Nobody here right now, so I'm just really gonna let my vocal cords have a rest for now. Although I might impulsively just start talking, because that's... See, that's the thing, is I talk to myself all the time. And if I do it on stream, even if there's nobody here, then I'm just not crazy, because then I'm streaming, right? I'm not a crazy person muttering to themselves. I'm just, he's streaming. And he's supposed to talk out loud. You know, I'm much less crazy if I talk while on stream. Yeah, I'm definitely not planning on changing this class, but it's worth the checkout if you're interested in a very active playstyle. These in. I know it's not enough, but otherwise it's gonna burst them. I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those runs. Oops. There. Told you, it's a pop and run. There we go. Good ending. Crash ending. Love it. Get back in there. We'll leave the squishies. Leave them to their devices. So squishy. And it's the perfect downtime for I Unleashed. It's just I Unleashed, done. Clear. One more run. And then I should be at 80 Arcane Force. Now, I was talking to somebody. Is this I get a free life? Oh, no, that's just an evil eye attacks. I don't get hit by reflected damage for it. I might try Hard Von Leon. No, because I don't use Gunger's Descent, so it's not going to be the full bossing experience. No point in doing a more time-consuming boss. And also, I don't think it'll take me 10 days to get to 210 on this class. And I'm only going to do Hard Von Leon if I'm going for the ring. Which, no point unless you're playing a class for more than 10 days. Like me and my mechanic, which I stand by as a very underrated class ever since its updates. Darn. Those can all go over there. Perfect. Until these pop, that should be enough. Told you, until they popped. That's fine. We'll see how many we get from this. No. Oh well. Oh, it didn't pop, thank goodness. This might not get me the good ending. This might get me the kill a bunch of mobs ending. But that's fine. Oh no, we got the good ending. This, in my opinion, this is just the easiest, and I don't know if it's necessarily the quickest ending, but I find it just to be the easiest ending to just get out of the way. And this is the hardest ending to fail in the quest, in my opinion. Like, really, it's just don't let your Irida burn out, which, so long as you kill, 10 of these mobs while you're waiting for the shield to go down, you've got no problem. And they're so squishy sounding. And what, it only takes 1 minute to complete it? It seems. Done and done. Alrighty. Now, I haven't even looked at my equipment on this guy. My equipment is trash too. We've got some pretty good strength for a trash equipment player. Okay, strength 6, attack 6. Okay, we're pretty good. Strength, nothing. Strength, strength. Okay, we definitely have. Oh yeah, we definitely got more gear than we really need. So that's also likely a pretty big contributing factor to our damage. Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, not necessarily indicative of the class, but you know, I have some pretty good funding for being at this level, or not funding, pretty good gear for being at this level. May as well get the, oops, that wasn't what I meant to press. That is what I meant to press. Oops. We also, let's do a little bit of pseudo-mobbing or pseudo-bossing. Okay, it hits lots of lines, but it doesn't seem to be super high damage. So the majority of your damage does come from these little attacking skills. And again, probably Gunger's Descent probably has a... I don't know why that's one of the few skill names that I have just collected in my memory. Maybe again because this was my old main, but I don't think it was called, or it was a sort of a known boss, or like I played this class as my main back when I sort of started Maplestory, but that's back in like 2005, so yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Was it called Gunger's Descent? Either way. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? I'm trying to clarify in my memory. Why I don't know all the skill names for my main, but why the skill Gunger's Descent is the only skill name that I remember, and subsequently I'm not using because I'm not bossing, but it's the only one I just know off the top of my head for this class for whatever reason. Yeah, how we doing tonight? Everything good? Yeah, serious here? Yeah. We're just putting in, we're getting to 205 tonight, probably, on this. And then, I don't know if I was planning on Mesa grinding, but I don't know if I'm going to Mesa grind on stream. NBA? Alright, who's playing? Not that I follow the NBA, but... Is it the Raptors? Because you know we Raptors fans out here. Lakers and the Warriors. Alright. No Canadian teams is the only important part about that. Yeah, that's how I prefer to pop a WAP. You know, it's like I gotta have something on in the background, and at some point I am going to. Ooh, level 260. No large drop familiar. No like legacy spider or anything. Not yet. Exactly. Always a yet. No legacy. I'm surprised and kind of happy, like going back to all these classes and revisiting them to 210. Almost all of them, because what I used to do when I was raising, because how my Maplestory career sort of went was, I was like, okay, first I'll get every class to 140, and I'm like, that's all I'm gonna do. I just want to play every class to 140, just so I could see what all their hyper skills are, and you know. And I was like, yeah, and that'll be it. And then after I got every class to 140, I'm like, well, now push every class to 200. But when I was grinding to 140, my go-to spot was always, and we're talking like this was like 5 years ago now, maybe longer. My level 80 spot was just always grind at spiders till I got 3 familiars and then leave to go hunt better. So almost all my characters that I made before the familiar update, which is most of them, I have so many large spider legacy familiars. Not on this class. He is a legacy boogie familiar, which is fantastic for the fact that this class has it. But I have like every one of my characters has a legacy spider familiar still, because I just made so many of them before the revamp to the familiar system. I was like, all right, I'll get 3, toss it on the character that I'm doing in case. And the thought was, in case I ever come back to it, I'll get it a drop familiar at level 80. And it just ended up working out very well for me, because like, all right, now I just got the large drop on every one of my characters. And that wasn't patched out with the update, so. That was pretty good. Yeah. We're just chilling now. Is the are we cheering for the Lakers or the Warriors for NBA? What's the preferred team? Both of them, but the Lakers more so on the Lakers. Fair enough. Again, I don't follow. I follow the standings for MLB. I've never been like, which I know baseball is like the worst sport to follow. It's it's not an entertaining sport to watch, but I just love following the standings, and obviously a Jays fan, so yeah, I don't know. I've never been a sports fan, but it's good. My roommate's a big sports fan. He's a big football fan, so I get the football updates from him. I think he's into basketball too, but he watches football religiously, whereas NBA I think he follows, but I don't think he like watches it. It's just sort of something that he'll be like, yeah, I'll put on a basketball game. All right, did I get the completion stamp here? I might have. I did. Okay. Now we go to below the cave. Or no, now we go back to Vanishing Journey and freeze up our computer again, because our computer does not like Vanishing Journey. And we'll need, I think, 5 of these will be enough to hit 210. If we need to get one more. I think I might need 6 or 7 actually in total, but 5 for now, and we'll go hunt till we hit 205, and we'll get a nice boost once we finish off all these stones. Yeah, Dark Knight so far has been an entertaining class, but definitely needs to be like actively watched, because everything's on a very low, like 10-second cooldown, which isn't a bad thing, but it's definitely not like, I couldn't lazy farm. Like if you wanted to be invested in the basketball game in any capacity, I don't see how you could actively like farm on this character, on this class rather. But I mean, some people do prefer that sort of more active, unlike classes like Adele. Not to shit on Adele, but Adele, you can sort of let your swords do a bit of the work, and yeah, I would see that, yeah, because all its skills are, uh, all of its skills are 10-second cooldown. Like I think this 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds. Um, yeah, I see like a cooldown hat would be an absolute a major advantage for this class, um, especially for bossing too. But just for grinding, without one, um, it's all right. I wouldn't knock this class. I have nothing to knock this class about. But I wouldn't call it a lazy farmer even then. Dang, got that 2x crit. Hey, rude, sir. Coming into my map, lagging me out. I just like the sound of that skill too. That's a good one. Yeah, I've been thinking of. I think it was George, and I might have been saying this last night. George was saying start getting a bunch of characters with Abso, just so you have it when like getting to 15 star becomes a whole lot easier, because then you'll have a whole bunch of mules. Okay, yeah, I didn't remember if I had mentioned that on stream, or if I was doing that and saying that in VC last night, but it's a good idea. A time-consuming idea, but a good idea. Okay, after stream. Yeah, I didn't know if it was on stream. Either way, I think that's a good idea. Not something I'm going to engage in. But yeah, I also realized that I only need, after Dark Knight, I only need to do one more character to 210. Let's just get some free level here. We'll do that. Because in like a week and a half, I get the Fairy Bros daily gift for the like free potions from level 200 to 210. So I really only need to get a character to 202 for that, then bump it just straight to 210. And then I saw that you get one from the upcoming event too. So I basically have 2 characters free to 210. And I only need 4 more, including Dark Knight. So after I finish the Dark Knight, I only have 1 more class that I got to do to 210. And then it's just put time in on the main. That's really it's about that time where I'm going to start pushing for 275. But I was saying I'm going to I'm at 272 now. It'll be much slower, but I'm going to do 272 to 273 at 1-4. It's going to be much slower. But basically I'm good. It's the last level where, because the mobs are 262, so it's the last level I can hunt there without starting to see a detriment. So I'm just going to meso grind. It's the last level I can meso grind there. So I'm going to push all from 272 to 273 there. It'll be a long time, but I'll end up with a lot of meso. And then for Shining, I don't know. More than what I have, which is like 2 bill in the bank. But I think I went for Shining on my Shadower, which got it to the point where I wanted, was only about 10 bill. Because I don't think I did any... for Shining. Sorry, not Hyperburning. What do you know when the Shining is? Or has it been announced yet? The problem is I don't have anything to boom on Shining either, so I don't have any gear to blow up. End of June, early July. Yeah, by then I should have like a solid amount of meso, and hopefully, because I'll be putting a lot more time on my main, hopefully more equipment to boom. But right now I don't have the funds or the droplets to get more arcane to boom, and I'm only doing hard lucid and hard will as far as bosses that potentially drop arcane boxes, and I haven't seen any on my main in months. They're just not dropping. But once I'm putting time in on my main, I'm gonna learn how to do the Tenebris bosses. Like, I'm gonna learn how to do versus Hilla and Darknell and all them, so at least I can add them into the rotation and get, at least increase my odds of getting arcane boxes, so I have something to boon when Shining does come about. That's the way RNG works. Just gotta roll as many times as you can. Yeah, I know. 1 second. There we go. Oh, that lagged out. Yeah, that'll be, if Shining's upcoming end of June, that'll be, I'll probably have a considerable amount of Meso, because I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correctly, that I get 4% per WAP in 1-4 still. So that's 20 WAPs, about 1 bill a piece per WAP. It's more like 800k. So I'm guessing from Meso grinding alone, I'll have 20 bill for Shining. Assuming I don't get pitched along the way and decide to blow that up before Shining, because I have a sickness and will just start tapping. But assuming I don't use up all my Meso before Shining, I'm guessing approximately, or a minimum 20 bill, and that's excluding any Mesos I make from my weekly bosses, which is usually about 1.2 bill if I don't boss on any of my mules. Which again, once I hit 89.97, I'm just not even gonna touch my mules on the off chance that they might level up and ruin my whole plan for 275 and 9k. Like, I'm gonna touch no other characters aside from my main until I hit 275. Once I get to that point, like, I'm not gonna risk it. It'd be such a letdown if I hit 8k accidentally, or hit 9k accidentally before I. Yeah, I think from what I'm calculating, that end of May probably sounds about right. Again, so I'm gonna do 20 WAPs, and if I do for the to get to 273, that's about 20 WAPs, which will put me. That's 20 WAPs, that's 40 hours, and if I do 2 a day, that's 10 days, and then I'll start putting in grinding at Cernium, and that usually yields me about 8 to 10%. It's been a while since I did level grinding there, but if I do a WAP in Cernium, it's about 10% a WAP. And then, again, it depends on how hard. I might have to take a break at some point, how hard I'm going on it. But I think end of May, mid-June sounds about when I'll probably be hitting, or close to hitting. Assuming no other, mitigating factors or nothing comes up that interferes, or I don't get subject to burnout. But yeah, I think I can do probably 2 WAPs a night. Until I get there. Once I hit 273, I might move down from doing 2 WAPs a night to just 1 WAP a night. Because again, 4 hours of just mesa grinding. Or 4 hours of mesa grinding, not so bad, but 4 hours of having to actively grind. Like, I'll probably stream tomorrow night my WAP on my first WAP on my Mihail for that. It's just such a lazy mesa farmer, especially in 1.4. But once I have to actively train, like in Cernium, where I have to actually kill the mobs rather than just sit in a place and let all my summons kill all the mobs, it'll be more or less relaxing while I hunt rather than mesa grind. I think what I'm saying is I'm losing my train of thought, but I think what I'm saying is making sense, hopefully. So yeah, that's the easy mesa. Once the easy mesa grinding is done, I might drop down to 1 WAP a day, which will probably put me closer to. I mean, again, if I'm getting twice the EXP, though, it still will probably be around end of May, mid-June. But I'll do an at everyone in the Discord once I'm aiming to hit. And maybe not even a bit after that. I don't know how close the mag potion is in the Fairy Bros, but I still think it's about a month away. And I'll need, because if you're going to hit 275 with a bunch of people there, you got to have a mag potion for that last little bit. So I'll have to see what the mag potion situation is in relation as well. Because yeah, if I don't have a mag potion push, then I'll probably take a mild break from Maplestory while waiting for a mag potion. If I don't time it right. Just because, again, I won't be able to level up any other characters in the meantime, so it'll just be like a mild break, log in for bossing, which will, at most give me 0.5%, so I won't accidentally level up my Mihail too much. But, yeah, that 275 level, once I get to like 95%, I'll have to get a mag pot from somewhere. But they've been giving them out pretty easily. And again, I think end of May, I think there's only like 4 here. I can pull it up. 7, 14, 21, 28. Yeah, 28 more days. So maybe beginning of June, like early to mid-June, I'll get the mag potion from the end of that. If the event doesn't have one that I can just claim at any point. The anniversary event. But yeah, that's all in theory. We'll have to see how in practical application it goes. But I think in theory I should be hitting end of May, early June. Yeah. Yeah, and with the anniversary event, that comes out tomorrow, so I can get ready for, like, I was thinking I'm going to use one of them on Kinesis, and I'll have to check the Legion, because since it'll be a free push to 210 for whatever character, or 2 characters, I want to put them into the Intelligence Legion characters, because I know once Hyper Burning comes around, I'm going to do a mage. Haven't decided which one yet, but yeah, I hear we're getting a Terra Burning. I'm almost certainly not going to do one again. As soon as I get 89.97, nobody's getting touched. And especially with the anniversary event giving me a couple free characters to do 10, I'm just not going to touch Terror Burning. But I will say, having just got off Marksman and loving it so much, I mean, if you don't have a Marksman bossing mule already, I definitely would say give it a try. It was probably the most fun of the classes that I've been pushing to 210 recently. I think it's definitely one of the most fun, if not the most fun. Okay, so you got one pretty high, yeah. I feel like for me, I'm like, I won't terror burn it if it's already past 210, because it's like there's no point for me. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, terror burn to 200, yeah, exactly. Like hyper burn to 250, yeah, maybe I'll take it. But it's like if I've got it over 210, like if I had one that's like 201. Like if I had like a 201 Buccaneer but couldn't decide, like not that I probably wouldn't burn a Buccaneer, but as an example, if I had like a 201 Buccaneer, I might be like, I haven't touched my Buccaneer in a while. Let's Terra burn a Buccaneer just to, get a refeel of the class, see how it's doing. But if I've already pushed a class to 210 or higher, I'm like, that's the cutoff where I'm like, I'm not gonna Terra burn that class again. If I want to pick up that class, I'm going to pick it up from 210 plus. So usually I was saving them for classes that I haven't invested a lot of time in, or that I'm like, I like to revisit a class that I hated, where I was like, wow, I hated that class. I would usually terror burn those just to be like, okay, like maybe it was just a wrong mindset, maybe I wasn't playing it right, something like that. Always good to revisit it and see, like, was the hate worth it? Maybe I like it now. Maybe my play style's changed. But yeah, if I've pushed it to 210, that's usually my cutoff where I'm like, I'm not terror burning this again. If I'm going to do anything, I'm going to just pick it up. But yeah, if you've already got a marksman, I mean, if you haven't played the new Corsair, it's a lot of summon management, if you don't care about that. But I found the power of the Corsair, 200 Corsair. Are you almost 8K, or are you past 8K Legion already? Just Cannon Master? 8.6. Damn. You're well past 8K. Cannon Master is fun, and it does give you, for if you're making new characters, or when it comes around time to do hyper burning and you're making a new character, the Pirate Link skill is very good for early game, and the Cannon Master is the only of the Explorer Pirates that you can get the Link skill to level 3. And it does stack, obviously, so it is worth the push, and it gets some fun 5th job skills if you haven't played it. It's got a big bob-omb skill that's very funny. The Cannon Master was fun. I think mine is 231 or 232, and it's I terror burned it a while ago, and then I was like, yeah, this is fun. 180-ish. Are you gonna make a whole new one, or are you just gonna use the terror burning on that? And or I guess it won't be, if it's not a coupon, you have to make a new character. But it could be a coupon because they've been doing that more frequently. Mihail obviously has a big vote for me. I haven't really touched my Nightwalker since the revamp. It is like 214 or 15. So it's past that cutoff where I'd redo it. But Mihail is absolutely, if you haven't done Mihail in a while or since the revamp, I know a lot of people who are picking it up are like, oh, this class is actually fantastic. Because it is. And I say that obviously completely unbiased. But yeah, it's a fun class. And a good early game bosser, I would say as well. Just because you can, because Royal Guard, like once you get your timing and skills with Royal Guard down to a science, it just gets. Oh, I forgot to slot. Once you get your skill down to a science with Royal Guard, like especially the early game bosses that have big telegraphed attacks that are very easy to know when they're going to hit you, it's a very good, like very easy early game bosser. Problem is, of course, it's pretty weak as far as damage goes still, so it needs to be pretty funded if you're wanting to do like mid to late game. If you want it to be a mid to late game bossing mule doll. Oh, somebody's just come into my channel, or I've just crashed. Oh no, we're fine. Just Maplestory being Maplestory. Yeah. You've got basically like 2 days, because, I mean... Yeah, thanks, man. Have a good night. Enjoy the game. Good luck to... We said the Lakers were our team. Good luck to the Lakers. Yeah. Just as a general rule, I'd say Mihail is a fun class to play. Again, totally unbiased. But for an earlier player too, like if somebody is stumbling across this video or stream, as an early game player, if you want something that's a little, not necessarily easy to play, because it takes a bit of practice to get Royal Guard really well, but if you're looking for something that's just solid and well-rounded, I'd say Mihail is a good starter class too. Just because it's also just a simple class to learn. Like, you don't have a lot of things you have to manage or learn. You don't need to know really anything about the game. You just run it as oh, my nose is really itchy. Yeah, you can just run it pretty early game, pretty easily. All these elite mobs. We're almost 203, and then we'll get 2 more levels and we'll call it a night, which I think we should be able to do in one and a half a coupon. We won't pop a coupon for probably the second half of 204 to 205, because I think we'll probably get right around 204 and a half on our next EXP coupon, would be my guess, based on the current trends. Which is a favorite phrase of mine, and I don't know why. There are no current trends, but just on my estimate. Yeah, we'll hit 205. We'll get the Rev City dailies into our rotation. And I think I am going to pop a WAP tonight. As I was saying, I am going to do some Mesa grinding, but I don't think I'll stream it. I'll switch to watching YouTube or Netflix or something. Hey, hooray. 203. Come on, give me a good one. Chicken dance is fine. No. I know which directions are which directions. Or not. There, we did it. We figured it out. 5%. Not bad. Not a bad deal. Ooh, Rune of Destruction. I need to stay on top of my buffs as well, because I think I get some pretty good... Like, I know obviously I get a hyper body, but I don't know about these other skills. I know one of them is hyper body, and the other one, what does this do? Does damage proportionate to current HP? What? Raw surge. Oh, final damage, yeah. And you get damage buff when your HP is low. Got it. Fun. Yeah. And I'll finally join the ranks of the Mihails. I've been falling behind. I used to be like the 20th highest ranked Mihail, but I think I'm now down to like 30 because the class is becoming more popular and more people are pushing it up. Maybe that was in part due to Savior, or not Savior, Ignition, and the amount of people who were already able to get it to 250. I don't know if it's a just more common class now, because it has been, again, people are starting to enjoy the class versus everyone hated it before. I mean, I definitely say it's a fun class and worth the attempt. And if it's not for you, it's not for you, right? No big deal. Not every class has to be for you. There's a reason that there's so many classes in this game, and it's because they're all differently designed, and I would argue, for the most part, all pretty well designed to be at least somewhat unique. There are a lot of classes that are very... fill up this meter now. But I was actually very... And it's the reason I'm considering Lara as my next burning. I was impressed with the, like, it was something different. And I was not expecting a different class. Kali, I haven't seen anything about on purpose. When that comes out, we'll see how that plays. That's obviously going right to 200. Hopefully it comes out after I've hit 275 and 9k. Not that it really matters, but, you know. I'm still so concerned about ruining my my well-calculated plans. And only I can ruin them, so... Yeah. Sorry, got a bit distracted in my own head. I get distracted all the time. But once the rune expires, we'll just take a quick break to go to the bathroom before we pop our next coupon. And gold potion. Now this one has like a build-up or something. I should read the skill description of this because it's got like a thing going for it. I'll have to see what that's about. If it's like a more damage, or is it if it's like a extra hit or whatever it is. And the rune's done. Alright, we're going to take probably like a 10-minute break, just to wait for our rune cooldown to come back. But we'll be back in like 10 minutes. See you then. I'm back. I'm here. I just wanted to make some food. It took a little longer, so I am going to eat said food in a minute. Or for the next couple minutes, rather. I'm eating it right now. I don't necessarily want that on stream, me eating. Don't want to hear me noshing. But we'll go ahead and get started soon. But I'm here if you're interested in chatting or whatnot. Then feel free to. I'm just gonna also do some stream maintenance. Real quick. Sorry, just a minute. I'm also going to check some emails, as it were. And then we will get right to this last little bit here. Yeah, we will be picking up in just a... Whoa! Thank you for the follow, Naxon, my god. Welcome for Maplestory content. You definitely are in the right spot. We will be starting again shortly with our Dark Knight. I'm just eating right now, but we'll start again shortly and go from there. Now, did that actually update my follower count? Because it wasn't before. It's been stuck at 14. But it says I have 19 on Twitch. On the actual Twitch analytics thing. Let me just actually check that. You might hear my stream play in the background whilst I look at that. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it says 19 followers. Maybe if somebody leaves, it doesn't count, but it says I have 19 followers, so that is what it is. Alright. Cool. But I appreciate the follow. I appreciate anyone following, should they find the time to do so. I'm just going to mute again real quick, just while I shove my face full of food. Bam, add that normal monster damage. Make our hunting even more efficient. I think tomorrow I'm gonna fix this Legion board because it's starting to really bother me. We'll maximize that, and that, because we don't need a lot of crit damage when we're in our bonus EXP stage. The only thing that's really changed was I got my Shadower. I can actually... Now, I'll have to redo it, but let's just move that there. Move that there. Move all these just sort of over a bit. No. Let's focus on it, doing it this way instead. I'm not a good Legion solver. Let's do that. That. Then move that there. Like that. I'm all over the place. Let's go to it. Good enough. A little bit more into boss damage done. I'm really bad at this sort of puzzle stuff. But I'll get a Legion solver and figure this out probably tomorrow. Just gonna stuff more food in my mouth. I'll be right back. Well, there's a toggle I didn't know. So we'll put that on a macro now. Put that there. Ah, darn, I can't. So I'll have to put it on skill mind. It's fine. Let's put it on 8. And then the arrow keys to select greater. I don't know which one it is. I assume that one? Is that greater? Yes. Okay. Right, up, and left. It should tell you what it does, but it also passively increases my final damage and speed and stuff. That is fantastic. Alright, almost done my food. Alright, we're back. We're ready to rip, we're ready to roar, and we're ready to hit 205. Alright, no, I wanted to do that. And we'll set the fields that we want. Oops, we don't have the usage, that's fine. There. That's what we wanted. So we can quick teleport there. Let's quick teleport there, make sure there's nobody there. Ouch. And we'll do just like we did the other night on either Marksman or Hero, one of the classes we were playing. We'll just keep going. We'll use our potions once we see a rune pop up saying, hey, extra EXP, just so it's all timed all together. That'll be the plan. You get to be the tester of... There we go. What? Oh, I was gonna read what it says. Doesn't seem to be crazy different. Alright, Rune of Purification 2. Great. Whoops. Boom. Boom. And... Oh. Horse hooey. Oh, so quick to the rune. So much. So easy. So quick and easy. And that'll be able to put us at 90 Arcane Force 2 once we hit Red City. And then that'll be good for, again, that's what you need for the Red City maps to be able to hunt most efficiently. So everything will go well for us. But we're definitely, I saw what time it was while I was on our little break there. I'm definitely not meso grinding tonight, but I will definitely meso grind tomorrow. Definitely, maybe, possibly. I might change my mind and just keep pushing this, but again, it's so close to the last character I need that you know, pushing it is a little more prevalent because I'm like, I just want to get it done. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what tomorrow holds for us. I should try. Okay. It takes time. Okay. One attack for every 3 stacks. So you want to stack that in bosses, but during mobbing, you just want to sort of use it, I guess, for the additional attack. And then wait until it's at, like, maximum stacks or something. And then I guess, yeah, now's when you will use that. Okay. That's an interesting skill. Oh, and I didn't use my regular buffs, which, again, I need to stay on top of. But we'll just push a bit further. Again, this early leveling like this is just so easy. Nothing to even worry about. Yeah, I can definitely see what Jimothy was saying earlier about a cooldown hat being a real money move for this class. I was gonna say, do I have one? But I'm like, no, I only have like an epic hat. Why would I have a cooldown? I think doesn't start until you're at least unique. So why on earth would I have one on a class that I, at the time, pre Destiny, was like, nah, I'm not touching this class ever again. But I could see revisiting this class again. Like, marksman, I'm like, dang, I would main this class if I wasn't already, like, if I didn't have a million classes in line ahead of it as really good. Not so much for Dark Knight, but it's definitely a class that I'm like, I'd revisit this. I wouldn't be remiss to revisit it. Yeah, we'll just keep on keeping on. Said I'm thinking we'll probably end up around the 204 and 50% range when our coupons expire. Darkness dwells within him. The emo class to show up all other emo classes. And I'm thinking now is when we use that for the big slash attack. I should have saved it for a bigger burst like over here, but too little too late. Yeah, this is a good, like, you got to stay on top of your skills, but a fun, entertaining class worth the try at least, if you're interested in trying something new and entertaining. I've already put so much work into my Wild Hunter. That's why I'm not thinking as my Bowman. Because after I hit 275, the next goal will be whatever our Hyper Burning class is, to level 250. And then getting a Bowman and a Pirate to 250. My Mechanic is already 230. So is my Cannoneer, so it's definitely going to be one of those two. That's my 250 class. I'm leaning more to Mechanic, because it's just, I was having more fun with it than I was on my Cannoneer. But maybe. I put in a significant amount of work on both of them, so I wouldn't be... I'm not losing much on either of those. And my Wild Hunter's 230 as well, so that's what's making me be like, yeah, I'll make a Wild Hunter as my Bowman. But with how fun Marksman is, I don't know if I might just suck it up and switch back. And I think the one last class I will play is Bowmaster. That will be my, that'll be my last played class. Because I see more of those these days. And definitely more Bowmasters than Marksmen, that's for sure. But I also... know that there's not a lot of them, so I won't be that's a crashing sound. So I know Bowmaster, I don't know if I'll enjoy it, but I might as well make that my last class I play. Again, it's going to be an Explorer, so why not Bowman? I don't think there's... Like, I know Paladin I haven't played, but I get the gist of Paladin. Paladin might be one of the ones that I push up using the bonk potions. Not because I don't like it, but I get the gist of it. I have a friend who mains Paladin, who I see all the time. He's one of the members of our normal Lucid party. I know when I streamed it, we didn't have our full party, but he's normally one of our party members, so I know the gist of his skills, his ability, how he plays. So I don't feel a huge need to engage with Paladin. So I think that one's just going to be a bonk. Get to 2-0, get the gist of it, playing it till 202, and then bonk. Is probably what I'm going to do for Paladin. Or not. Or I might find a Magician class to bonk that gives me intelligence for my I'm basically just thinking of how it's going to attribute to my Legion at this point. Because if there's one that gives intelligence, maybe that, but my Paladin, I think, gives strength. So, I mean, if I get Paladin with strength, that'll help my main and his final goals. I might do this Saturday, actually. Might be a long... I might push off my Caclock. I'm still going to do Valheim on Sunday. Caclock is still not doing well on YouTube and doesn't draw a lot of people in. So I think I'm going to do a full just Meso grind Saturday in Maplestory instead of my Caclock. I'll still return to my Caclock and finish it or keep going with it at some point. But maybe this weekend only I will do a Meso grind weekend, because again, I have 20 WAPs I gotta get through as the goal, because that'll get me a level. So that'll be somewhere on the horizon. At some point. Yeah, that'll be... So I might do that. That might be my Saturday plan. Assuming I get... Again, it's probably going to be Bowmaster, and I'll have to look at my classes. What do I have to play? What do they do for Legion? All that sort of stuff. Which I'll do just before we end stream tonight, just to see. And I'll make a final decision. I'm not keeping on my skills again. Ha ha ha. But I'll make a final decision on what class I'll play, and then if I'm going to do a Meso stream on Saturday, or if I might just, if I am going to be playing another class instead, I will do that. Yeah, I'll figure it out once we hit 205. Oh, that's a yummy thing to see. Let's get those god hands going. Wham. Perfect. Perfect. Only perfects here. That's because we a god gamer. God gamer with perfect hands. Just that easy. That'll probably give us at least 7%, right? Oh, like 15%. Easy. Game too easy. Yeah, we'll see about what we're doing after we hit 205. I think that actually, that portal might get us have gotten us much closer to where we want to be. I should have used that first, I think. I kind of wish it would kill me so that my I could see greater impact. Bam. 204. Oh, I should have saved that for after I leveled it up. Oh, well. maximum emo is doing well. He's not the maximum emo. I guess that's technically Kane, but he's pretty up there as far as emos. Dark Knight's pretty up there as far as emo characters go. Darkness. He's so edgy. He's got spears. And he's so tired. I think I made him purposefully ugly, and then I think I got a random royal face coupon that I was like, no, I'm going to change him to something more reasonable. Like the ones back in the day when you used to do Tot's quest line, I think. That's how far back I'm thinking. And he would give you the free like face coupon, but it was random to something like that you didn't have a choice for. I think that's how I got just the regular red hair, because I think I made him purposefully like ugly. I think I made him like blonde Tobin or something, or like purple Tobin hair or something. Like I went full Maplestory like ugly beginner look for him, because I didn't really like him before Savior. Right now he's much better. Like I definitely prefer him now than I did before or not Savior. I keep saying Savior because that's the upcoming one, and it's with the one that's all the buzz is around. But before Destiny, I didn't like him, and I had already I mained him way back in the day, so I knew I wasn't going to actively play him as much as say another class. When I came back and started on reboot. So I remember I was like, I'm just going to make him ugly, because I'm not going to raise him very high at all. Lo and behold, here we are, much later. And then I think I got tired of him being ugly, so I just used that Tot coupon on him back in the day. Let's see, do I have the Master of All Knowledge chair? Because that'll tell me. Yep. The know-how chair. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's how you can tell what this guy is an OG. Because he has the knowledge chair. I'm trying to keep an eye what I get. So I'm at 9 minutes. Let's try and keep an eye at what we're at 5 minutes. Oh no, we gotta wait till the rune's done to get an accurate measurement of how much we're making, because that's what we're gonna make for the last 10 minutes here once the rune is done, is whatever we're making every like 3 minutes. But while still on this rune, we're making some pretty good time. Already at 20%. I'm gonna use probably a gold potion to get to 205. I'm just not sure if I'll pop another Legion potion. Okay, it's a bit of a waste if I'm only pushing, like if I'm not continuing to push past 205, but I also have crazy Legion, so it's not a big deal. Darkness. Alright, so now we go like this. Mega Chop. I don't really care about killing it. I just like to use the Mega Chop on it. Yeah, overall, this is I would say a moderate to, I would say this is a moderate class to play. I would not fault anyone for maining it. Not for me, but I would not fault somebody for maining it. I wouldn't be like, I don't get how you can play that class. But definitely wouldn't main it myself. And definitely wouldn't be, I would say with the amount of skills you have to upkeep, you wouldn't want to play this class like just starting this game. I feel like it's a little handsy for a starting class in the game. I wasn't watching my anything. Yeah, definitely not a beginner class. I'd say you'd want this class after you've got a medium to steady idea of the class in your mind and how to play the game in your mind. You wouldn't want to, I wouldn't suggest a Dark Knight to a new player. It's a little too hand intensive and skill monitoring intensive. Unless they're really into MMOs, that's already a big thing. Like, I know some MMOs are very, like, watch all your skills all the time, always be ready to, hit your next 10-second cooldown skill, etc., etc. Like, that was one of the reasons I disliked, I don't know if anyone played it. I think it's defunct now because it was massively unpopular. Cabal Online, I tried to get into for quite a while. Maybe it's still up and I just fell off of it, but I was not a fan of that game. It was like, it didn't want to be Genshin Impact before Genshin Impact, but it was a similar sort of like, hey, we're going to make an anime MMO. That's going to be, sort of technology future-y, mixed with magic and all. It was a World of Warcraft clone meets Genshin Impact, really is how I would describe it. Bros, like, I was here, man. Jeez, popular map tonight. What's with that? What's the deal with popular maps? Be a little less, you know what, I will probably waste the extra Legion coupon. And you know what, I say waste, it's not a waste, it's getting me a level. It's not a waste at all. But I think I will use another one of my Legion EXP coupons just to get it there. I don't really care about you, I feel like you're gonna get in my way. I'll run you through. Such a violent language. That's why he's the edgiest of all the explorer classes. So edgy. Super slash. Kapow. Ker Chow, as a great man once said. Yeah, I'm not disappointed in the class. I was a little worried I would be, because that's how I felt when I raised it to 210. I was like, when I was raising it to 200, I was like, okay, I'm gonna return to it. It'll be fun. Like, you know, I used to main this. Again, I know I was saying earlier that when I first restarted the game, that I was, you know, I'll make it ugly because I don't plan on playing it. But still, when I came back to it, I was excited to give it a go and be like, okay, yeah, I used to main this class. Like, it's going to be great. I remember being incredibly underwhelmed. So I wasn't going in with high expectations. But the fact that voice crack, the fact that it is as fun as it is, it has not disappointed me. Here's the big combo ball too. And our coupons are coming to an expiration soon. I'm going to save my super slash for the next elite mob. We're handling them pretty well now, but may as well do some extra damage to it while you can. You jerk. I'm actually going to wait a few seconds just for the rune to spawn, because it's got about a 30-second cooldown, because we failed that first rune we got when we got here. It's okay, hunting at this speed, we should be done in like 15 minutes or so. Once we re-rune, potion, and re-coupon, should be good. Alright, this time we won't screw it up. I say, yeah, that said with confidence that time. I knew I couldn't fail this time. It was impossible for me to fail this time. Inferno, so gross, so worthless. Although I could probably go for some of the Infernal Wolf achievements that have changed since, I think in Ignition they changed it to be better. Like, so that there was a Chaos version, a not Chaos version, all that sort of stuff. For more EXP and worse reward. But still not worthwhile EXP at this level. Infernal Wolf stops being worthwhile after about level 170, I would say. But prior to that, it's pretty good because it'll give you like 15-20%, and on like the 2x Infernal Wolf Hunt Sundays, then it's pretty good at this level still. But outside of that, it stops being good at about 170. Cracked gamer. Oops, did not mean to hit that. Oh well. It's just a damage plus damage skill. Did mean to hit that. Speaking of plus the damage skills. Because, yeah, I am going to stop at 205, even if I still have a lot of time on my coupon. Because it's a bit late, and I do have to work in the morning. And I have to prepare something for work in the morning, too. But it's something I'm worried about. Or not worried about. Yeah, starting new things at work tomorrow. Not like new things. It's something I've done before, but started something else new at work tomorrow. But I think as well, we'll cool off a bit on Maplestory content after 275. Like, we've got so many goals in mind right now. But the 9K 275 is actually a goal I really want to achieve. And then we'll cool back and probably go back to more varying content, like Pokemon Shiny hunting, Valheim. We'll still do Valheim every Sunday because I had been having just a blast doing Valheim Sundays. This will be fun. I'll run you through, he says, and then doesn't do anything worthwhile. Run him through. Yeah, its damage is also a bit lacking too, especially considering what my equipment is at this point. Damage is quite lacking in comparison to a lot of other classes I've played recently, but it's still fun. Like, again, more than anything, I'm looking is the class fun to play, and it is. But again, I should be able to, like, one or two shot those. The fact that it takes so much is a little frustrating for a class of this caliber. And it could also just be because I have everything put into normal damage, but again, our marksman was doing a lot more, and its gear I don't think was nearly like... I mean, we had that 6% attack weapon, but we have a 6% attack weapon and a 6% attack emblem as well as all strength stuff on the Dark Knight, so it really should be hitting as hard, and it's just not hitting as hard. Which, again, is fine. Some classes don't hit as hard as others. But it's a little underwhelming in that particular area. Now, is that gargoyle still here? Or did it despawn when I went in the bounty hunter? Yeah, it looks like it despawned. Not a big deal, but those do give those EXP pockets when you kill them. So it's always nice to see them. $85%. Yeah, I'm glad we popped the second coupon. Even if it's only for like half of its duration, I would have been playing for another extra half hour if I had just done a gold pot. But we'll just get her done, and then we'll call it a night on stream after we look at our characters and what they do in Legion, and make a decision who's going to be our final character that we raise before hitting our main hardcore. Because we can probably do that before Saturday if we really push. And depending, obviously, on how long the patch is tomorrow. Again, I might just do Saturday as a Meso stream. The money stream. And maybe not even for the full time. I might do another wealth acquisition potion. But I'll stream for a little bit and maybe see if I can get people to hang out. I probably will smega. Because I'll just be hanging out and doing just doing my thing on Saturday. %. Ooh, it's creeping up. But if I can finish this tomorrow, then we'll have both Thursday and Friday. But again, I might not actually I might do a Pokemon stream tomorrow. Just because Maplestory will almost certainly be down when I'm off work for the new update and event. And then I'll do a whole, like, here's the event, here's the situation type stream on Thursday. Just leave it for the day. And then I can look in the whole event while on stream. All that sort of stuff. Again, I keep thinking in terms of how fast I have to do this now, but again, we're so close that I kind of want to start doing it faster. I want to put time in my main because I do love playing my main. I do love Mihail. Again, I call it Mihail. It's just what I call it, but for you proper people, I'm pretty sure Mihail is the actual pronouncement. Pronunciation of Mihail. But I will call it Mihail or Mihail, whatever I really feel like, whenever I feel like, because it's me speaking, and I'll say whatever the heck I want. is so easy. Yeah, the fact that it would have been double the time I'm taking on it right now is a good thing I did the, Oh, I didn't do my final damage increase to kill this. Yeah, there we go. That elite mob clinched it. Alright, back to town. And we'll skip through the Rev City questline. S-K-I-B. T-boy. The T-est of boys. Wrestle, bar, all this, abandoned train, T-boy drone, gravity device, black hole, people don't like it. People booing him, nobody likes him. T-boy. Then Bar handled the situation. Kerchow. Kaboom, and then he exploded and died. Oh no, he didn't. He lived and went back to his home planet. Hey, there we go. Alright. Doot, 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 doot. And then that should be enough to level us up again to 90. Perfect. And then we take our Reverse City Daily quest seriously. Alright, then we do that. We do that. We do that. And we put, do any of them have whatever that is? No, I got a perfect one, I thought. Yeah. That one will go up. Come on. No, go up. Hooray. Alright. Alright. Now we'll have a look at our Legion. Okie dokie. So, yeah, we need to fix this. Here, ranged and level. Okay. So, crit damage. So, 210 high auto would be worthwhile. No, it wouldn't. Not really. Kinesis, intelligence. So, kinesis we're pushing for sure. Battle mage and blaze wizard. We might blaze wizard to 210. And then paladin. Okay. Or bowmaster. Oh. Yeah. We will leave paladin, but we'll raise blaze. We'll use the coupons or the bonks on blaze wizard and kinesis for more intelligence, and then bowmaster will be our next play, and then paladin will do another time. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. most reasonable, one would say. And do I have 2 Beast Tamers? Right, I wanted 2 Beast Tamers because they have different builds you can do for them. But I don't need 2 in the grid because it only counts for 1 of them each, right? I-85 from Blaster, I-85 from Beast Tamer. Enemy defense, Beast Tamer, defense Blaster. Yeah, so it only counts once, so there's no point in having the second Beast Tamer on the map. Good. And my 0 is in here, right? Yes, it is. Perfect. Almost at 500 mil as well. Ooh, how exciting. And as we get... there's a steady increase. 13, 12, 12, 11, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 11, 10, 10, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 9, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 40, 25, 19. Like, the drop off is steep. All my 17 mil are here. But I think their level about tells it too. But yeah, there's the Mihile. As beautiful as the day we made her. Alright, so yeah, we're going to do... After we finish Dark Knight, we will do Bowmaster. And then we'll use Bonk Potions on Blaze Wizard and Kinesis. And then we will be primed and ready for 9K Legion. Alright, cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, those that tuned in. Of course, the VOD will be updated and uploaded on YouTube, so feel free to check that out. Or if you're checking out this video on the .VOD, welcome. Drop a like, a subscribe, tell your friends to drop a follow. Alright, you have a good night, guys.